Hey, y'all. Oh, hey, Divine and Lizzie and Flora's psychological crime review and D2C. Y'all, I'm eating some butter toffee nuts waiting for y'all to come in. Oh my God, Terry, you and me both. I almost didn't even come on here because I just wanted to stay in the bed, and then for some reason I had a problem sleeping last night. Usually I sleep really good, but last night was weird because I could get to sleep, but I couldn't stay asleep. It was just so weird. Hey, Tasha Fierce, how are you? Hey, China King. Y'all, at some point, we got to decide on if we go in public on YouTube. Part of me think we should, but it's up to y'all. Let me see if I can make a poll in the chat box. Okay. I'm making a poll. It's going to be in the chat. Oh, hey, Brooklyn. How are you? Should we go public on YouTube? Okay. Y'all go ahead and respond to the poll. Part of me feels like we should do it live, but my vote doesn't weigh heavier than y'all's. So at the end of the day, it's going to be a mutual decision. Are any of y'all having a lot of anxiety? Oh, before we go on YouTube, let me just because it looked like most of y'all want to. I'm going to go over some stuff really quickly before we go on YouTube. There's a story that I want to show y'all. That because every time a story like this comes out, it really, really, really irks me. I'm going to show y'all what type of story this is. Let me refresh the screen. Give me a second. I'm going to show y'all. And we'll go live on YouTube. The only reason why I think we should is because there's just some stuff that needs to be said publicly. But we got a lot to talk about. Chris Brown. Chris Brown's number got pulled. Smokey Robinson's number got pulled. Y'all, listen, we said the reckoning was coming and it's here. We did. We said the black male reckoning was coming. It's here. Numerology wise, a lot of people are saying that 2025 is the year of karma. And I'm saying the year that people's karma starts. Yep, Brooklyn winter is definitely here. The reckoning is definitely here. You were watching episode 8 of the final season of The Handmaid's Tale. What do you think about it without giving us spoiler alerts? That's exactly what's happening, Divine. That is absolutely what's happening. A lot of people, some people in the spiritual sector are saying the Orishas are back on, the Orishas are back. So I don't know, but there's just a lot going on. You said I love it and wish this wasn't the last season. Yeah, I'm going to have to watch it. I had stopped watching it at season 3 because she started getting on my nerves. Oh, let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all something. So, y'all know I've been watching Avengers. I'm about to watch Iron Man 1, 2, and 3. Y'all know in Avengers Endgame they killed off Tony Stark, right? And I was trying to figure out why. I was like, okay, why would they kill off Tony Stark when, I mean, Robert Downey Jr.'s character is critical to Avengers. I'm going to show you what I'm eating. These are what I'm eating. I'm eating these. I was trying to figure out, like, why would they kill off Tony Stark? Tony Stark is critical to the Avengers. There is no Iron Man without Robert Downey Jr. It just is what it is. Listen, they tried to put a bunch of reasons up there, but at the end of the day, he's too expensive. They paid this man nearly $7,000 per minute. I ain't saying $7,000 per hour. I'm not saying $7,000 per every 5 minutes. They were paying Robert Downey Jr. $7,000 for every minute that he's on that damn set. I was like, absolutely. I was like, I don't know who negotiated this man's contracts. But can you imagine you getting paid $7,000 for every minute that you are on that set? I was like, oh my God. Yeah, that, so it boiled down to he was too expensive, but they got him in the next Avengers. Mind you, Robert Downey Jr. is apparently the one that said he wanted to retire. Like, he's the one who said he wanted to retire. And then Disney tried to say, well, he's permanently gone. But now they got Robert Downey Jr. playing Dr. Doom. Now they got Robert Downey Jr. playing Dr. Doom. So it's like, I think Disney knows that this dude pulls in a lot of money. Oh, Susan negotiated his contracts? Yeah, because I was reading and I was like, whoever negotiating these contracts, I was like, my God, somebody is getting him. He's playing Victor Von Doom in Avengers. But this man is 60 years old. And I was like, okay, for him to have had a drug addiction and for him to be white and for him to be 60, like, he looks really good for a 60-year-old white man. Yeah, he's one of the highest paid actors in Hollywood. I'm going to see how much Sam Jackson got paid for Avengers. Because Sam Jackson is pretty paid too. Yeah, but they said Robert Downey Jr. was in Spider-Man for maybe 10 minutes. Sorry. He was in Spider-Man for maybe 10 minutes and made a killing. Just because he was on Spider-Man for 10 minutes, this man walked away with millions off of 10 minutes in the thing. I was just like, what, for what? I was like, how do you, I mean, but nepotism play and it's not, I don't want to say nepotism because he is a good actor. So I hate saying nepotism when it's somebody who actually is a good actor. Yeah, I actually love Chadwick in Black Panther. I love him playing Black Panther. I think that Chadwick is to Black Panther what Robert is to Iron Man. Like you would be hard pressed to find another person to play T'Challa that good. Oh, he had the family that, yeah, and he's Jewish too. He's also Jewish through his wife, and so yeah. I remember at one time Denzel was the highest paid actor in Hollywood. Will Smith is one of them. Oh, let me see. Here's this. We gonna go over this because I'm just interested to see who got paid. Some people were complaining that Scarlett Johansson got paid too much. Like, look, I was reading something and people were like, Scarlett Johansson got paid too much for her role because she wasn't a really known actress prior to Avengers. Let me see. All 6 original members returned in 2015. Why is it not telling me how much they pay? Okay, here it is. All 4 Avenger films ranked in the top 15 highest grossing films of all time, with Endgame coming in at number 2. Of course, Endgame is, I'm starting to think Avengers Endgame is literally, or Infinity Wars and Endgame. I'm starting to think those are like literally the best two best movies ever created. Like, I really do. I really do. So it looks like the structure set to film ever created. The Avengers franchise granted its actors, especially its original cast members, at an all-time profit of $2.8 billion. Yikes. Over the Avengers overall profit came in at 1.5. Okay, they will tell you how much Robert Downey Jr. got paid. Look, the first of the Avengers cast appear in this. So he went doing, what's it called? In Iron Man, he got $500,000. 2 years later, he got $10 million. Absolutely not. Like, how are you going from 500,000? You went from $500,000 to 10 million. Look, he literally went from $500,000 to 10 million. So he did Iron Man and then went into Avenger. They got $10 million up front. And then they said, which later amounted to $50 million due to the film's success. For Age of Ultron, he made $80 million. Like, this man said, I'm going to make, he's snatching every dime off the table that he can. For Age of Ultron, he made $80 million. His salary for the 2018 Infinity War surpassed $75 million. The same was the case for Endgame. According to Forbes, Iron Man's base salary stood at 20, and then he ended up at 75 million from 20. This is insane. Like, they were just paying this man. They like, let me just throw money at him. Let's see what Scarlett Johansson did. Look. When she first went in Iron Man, she earned $400,000, nearly the same as Robert Downey Jr. And now we know Robert Downey Jr. is the more established person. Scarlett Johansson made $100,000 less than him. So she was racking in she is. I think Scarlett is very, she's very pretty to me. I think she got a cute shape too. But look, then she got 20 million and she earned 15 million up front. And that is crazy. Chris Evans only got 300,000 the first one, then jumped to 3 million and 15 million. Oh yeah, Scarlett does smoke. Ain't she like a chain smoker? Yeah, in real life, Scarlett Johansson dressed like she's from a trailer park. In real life, she dressed like she's from a trailer park, but I think she's very pretty. I've always thought she was really pretty. Oh, they was trying to call her mid? Wow. In white terms, because she actually has a shape, then yeah, they would try to say that she's fat. They did the same thing with Jessica Simpson and Jennifer Love Hewitt. Any white woman who has any type of curves, they try to say they fat. Yeah, because she actually have lips. So nobody got paid more in this than Robert Downey Jr. Like, I mean, they can only, of course, they can only pay them a little because they giving him everything. Like they literally paid Robert Downey Jr. all of the money. I would have been pissed if I'm them. Even more than Chris Evans, and he already had. Well, I guess yeah, Fantastic Four or whatever. But yeah. But I was just like that. That is a whole. I was like, that's a whole lot of money to just be throwing at somebody. But this is what I want to show y'all. Because listen, y'all. At the top of the hour, we will go live. We will go public on YouTube because y'all definitely have voted. Y'all have definitely spoken. And y'all want to be live on YouTube. That's what y'all want. If y'all see the poll, most of y'all, yeah, the majority of y'all want to be live on YouTube. So we will be. But look, so I saw this come across my thing. And this is yet another story where you have a mother that decided to move her son to the hood. And yo, sorry, separate story. Sorry. This is one or two stories I want to show y'all. I have it mistaken. Look what black women dealing with. This is one of the things I want to show y'all. Hold on. This is one of them. I'm going to show y'all the other one in a minute. Listen to this. Hold on, because what? Hold on for a second. My speaker wanted to come out. So give me a second. Yeah, my computer is tripping. It just really is tripping. Hang on. Okay. It should be better now, Brooklyn. I'm about to play it. Y'all just let me know.
A Metro Atlanta mother lies brain dead in a hospital room, being kept alive only because she's pregnant.
So her case is now raising a lot of new questions about Georgia's controversial heartbeat law. Adriana Smith's family says they've been forced to wait without a voice while doctors try to keep her body functioning long enough to deliver her baby.
11 Alive's Cody Alcorn is live outside of Emory Midtown, where Adriana was just moved hours ago. Cody, what have you learned about what's going on here?
Well, Jennifer and Ron, Adriana has been on a ventilator for the past 90 days. Now, as you mentioned, she was moved here just hours ago, so doctors can deliver her baby when it is time.
Tonight, a Metro Atlanta mother lies brain dead in a hospital room.
Women need to be raised. Listen, women should be outraged by this, but instead they're passively allowing this to happen.
Family visits her every day, including her young son, who believes his mom is just sleeping. A crushing emotional toll, as you can imagine. The family says it's been made worse because they have no say on what happens next. 30-year-old Adriana Smith was about 9 weeks pregnant when she started having bad headaches in February.
Enough to know that something was wrong.
April Newkirk says her daughter went to Northside Hospital for help.
They gave her some medication, but they didn't do any tests. They didn't do any CT scans. If they did, they would have caught it.
The next morning, Adriana's boyfriend noticed something was terribly wrong.
She was gasping for air in her sleep, gargling. More than likely, it was blood.
Her family visits her every day, including her young son, who believes his mom is just sleeping. A crushing emotional toll, as you can imagine. The family says it's been made worse because they have no say on what happens next.
Right. She was taken to Emory, Decatur, and then she was transferred here
to Emory University Hospital, where Adriana worked as an RN. Unfortunately, there was nothing doctors could do.
They did a CT scan and she had blood clots all in her head. And she has a son. What brain to see?
Now, 21 weeks pregnant, her baby's health uncertain.
She's pregnant with my grandson, but my grandson may be blind, may not be able to walk, wheelchair bound. We don't know if he'll live once she has him.
A situation she says no one should be forced into.
It should have been left up to the family because I'm in my 50s, her dad is in his 50s, so we're going to have the responsibility with her partner to raise her sons, you know? And I'm not saying that we would have chose to terminate her pregnancy. What I'm saying is we should have had a choice. We should have.
It's likely doctors will not induce Adriana for at least another month. And it's not just the baby's health the family is worried about, also a medical bill. They say that continues to grow.
And she has a son.
Oh, I wouldn't pay it. Yeah, 2 sons are going to go without their mother. Let me read this. The family of a 30-year-old Georgia woman is required under law to keep their daughter alive, although she was declared brain dead over 90 days ago. And I guarantee you they've gone to the court and done absolutely nothing. A registered nurse and mother was 9 weeks pregnant in February before she reportedly began experiencing headaches. We already heard that. The next morning, Smith's boyfriend woke up to the sound of her gasping for air and gargling on her blood. She was taken to the hospital. She was declared brain dead, and they just keeping her alive. And I'm asking this question, why are Black people still foolishly living in the South when they know that they're not going to fight against any, like Black people know they're not going to fight against injustices. So if you know they're bringing some dumb, crazy law that's going to affect you if you're a woman, why would you stay in the South? What about these phrases for tithing, value, verified? They don't care nothing about that. And if I was her, I would go take that baby to the fire station. I wouldn't keep it. Yeah, exactly. Not enough outrage. Nope. There's not enough outrage for women. And look, you got a mentally ill Black woman here who's going to come on here putting Bible verses. This is Black women's mental illness. Naturally, Tish said this scenario is literally on The Handmaid's Tale. Let me show y'all something with Chat GPT. Hold on, let me show y'all something, because I had a conversation with Chat GPT too. With the current legislation, how close are we? Are we to a Handmaid's Tale society? And what will be the consequences? Okay, I'm about to show you. Look what Chat GPT just said. Let me show y'all this. So as y'all see, I said, with the current legislation, how close are we to a Handmaid's Tale society and what will be the consequences? It said, we are closer to a Handmaid's Tale society in the United States than many people are willing to admit, especially when you strip away the sci-fi elements and look at the ideological and legislative trajectory. Below is a brutally honest breakdown of how this dystopian reality is inching into real life and what the likely consequences will be. Reproductive control is already happening. Roe versus Wade was overturned. Okay. You can't get an abortion with some of the restrictions. Even you got to have it even with incest or even brain dead. Trigger laws were pre-written in red states specifically to take effect once Roe failed. This shows premeditation to strip women of bodily autonomy, meaning they were planning this. Surveillance of pregnancy is expanding. In state with abortion laws, women have already been investigated or arrested for miscarriages, medication possession, even search histories or text messages related to abortion have been used as evidence. Women are doing nothing about this. Apps that track menstrual cycles have come under scrutiny as potential tools for state surveillance. Forced birth is framed as a moral imperative. Politicians and religious lobbies frame childbearing as a woman's duty to society, especially white women, given white births are declining. Look, they giving you the real, and we go ask Chat GPT, is this about saving babies? And watch what's going to happen. Some GOP members have proposed abortion bans nationwide, even for blue states. IVF is under attack, as seen in Alabama's recent legal decision treating embryos as people, meaning even assisted reproduction is being restricted if it doesn't align with religious ideology. Legislation mirrors theocratic ideas. Many abortion ban laws are explicitly Christian nationalist in ideology, elevating God's design over personal liberty. The alliance between right-wing evangelicals and the state echoes Gilead's fusion of religion and law, especially when laws are crafted around biblical interpretation of gender roles and reproduction. Look, consequences, what's coming if this continues? Legal subjugation of women. Women will have fewer rights than embryos in many states. The criminalization of miscarriage or non-compliant behavior during pregnancy, smoking, not following doctor's orders, will treat women as state-owned vessels. Expect mandatory birth registries, forced reporting by doctors, and prison time for self-managed abortions. Class-based reproductive apartheid. Wealthy women will still have access to safe abortions through travel or private clinics. Poor women, disproportionately Black and brown, will bear the brunt of forced reproduction, continuing cycles of intergenerational poverty and systemic oppression. Prison population will rise, especially for marginalized women under pro-life enforcement. That means you Black women, it's telling you right now, this is going to affect you the most. And as you see in that video, that was a Black woman, not white woman. Look, increased government control over sex, relationship, and fertility. Didn't I tell y'all, if you let them tell you if you can have a baby, they go tell you who you can have a baby with? Look, men will not be held accountable. The state's focus is entirely on controlling women because you don't want to fight back. Again, men will not be held accountable. They're not right now. The focus will be on controlling you. The rise in anti-LGBTQ laws shows the state's interest in enforcing traditional reproduction models. Artificial wombs and surrogacy regulation could become a state function if population fears escalate. The return of patriarchal family structures, meaning they're going to force you into these relationships with these bandits because they ain't gonna hold them accountable. With abortion restricted and childcare unaffordable, women will be forced back into traditional roles of mother and homemakers. This aligned perfectly with the far-right vision of the nuclear family and the idea that a woman's value is in her fertility and submission. It says, final reality check. You're not going to wake up tomorrow in Gilead, but step by step, brick by legislative brick, the foundation is being laid. And it's not just about abortion. It's about reshaping society to prioritize male dominance, female submission, and reproductive servitude, all dressed up in patriotism, morality, and religion. This isn't alarmist. This is the documented legislative trend. The U.S. is not fully there yet, but if people stay complacent while these policies normalize, we could reach a point of no return within the next 5 to 10 years. It says, what to wait for next? Federal abortion bans, expansion of fetal personhood laws, surveillance tool tied to pregnancy status, punishment for traveling across lines for abortion, prosecution of doctors and support networks, reduced access to contraception and IVS. And women are doing nothing about this. What is the abortion ban really about? Because it already told me. Oh, I meant abortion ban. Hold on. I messed up. Hold on. Abortion ban. Really about. Okay, hold on. Sorry. Why isn't it going? There we go. Look at what this thing is saying, y'all. I want y'all to look at what this is saying. Look, it's saying the abortion ban is really about one thing: enforcing control over women's body to preserve patriarchal power, white supremacy, and economic inequality. The ban, not just the moral debate, is a political, social, and economic weapon designed to limit freedom, especially for women who are poor, non-white, and defiant of traditional gender roles. This is not about saving no damn babies. The women who think it is are gullible. Let's break it all the way down, brutally honest and with no sugarcoating. Bans are about punishment and control, not life. I told y'all this. If it were really about life, then the same people banning abortion would support universal health care, maternal leave, welfare, and childcare. They wouldn't let Black maternal mortality skyrocket. They wouldn't let children starve in poverty or die from gun violence, but they do. Because the abortion ban isn't about protecting life. It's about punishing women for having sex, especially outside of male control or religious marriage. It's about forcing them into motherhood, whether they're ready or not, because once a woman is pregnant, she becomes more controllable, economically dependent, and socially constrained. 2, it's a tool of patriarchal reproductive control. Banning abortion returns society to a time when women's value was tied solely to reproduction. It treats women like breeders, not human, and that's not hyperbole. No man is ever forced by law to donate organs or blood to save another life. But a pregnant woman is expected to risk her life, health, and future to protect a fetus, even when she didn't consent to carrying. It's about control. That's not morality, that's ownership. The state seizing control over women's body as reproductive property. It's about white demographic survival. Many of the loudest voices behind abortion ban are white conservatives panicking over failing white birth rates. This is the core of the far right's great replacement theory, the belief that white people are being outbred by immigrants and minorities. That's why they got rid of all the immigrants. Abortion bans are meant to force white women to have more children, reclaim traditional white families, prevent the U.S. from becoming majority non-white. But they'll never say this directly. Instead, they hide behind life while quietly engineering forced fertility among white women and criminal neglect of Black and brown mothers. 4, it preserves class hierarchy. Abortion bans don't affect rich women. They'll fly to another state or country, get care privately, and return home quietly. But for working class and poor women, especially in red states, no money equals no access equals forced motherhood equals economic trap. This system keeps poor women overworked and undereducated, which sustains cheap labor and intergenerational poverty, a feature, not a flaw, of capitalism. It's a political red meat for religious extremists. Evangelicals didn't even care about abortion before the 1970s. The pro-life movement exploded as a manipulative political tool to unite white Christians, distract from the support of segregation, control elections through rage and guilt. Abortion bans are performative morality. Politicians don't give a damn about embryos. They care about winning elections, pandering to Christian fundamentalists, maintaining power by controlling sex, gender roles, and freedom. Final truth, abortion bans are not about morality, not about babies, not about family. They're about state ownership of the female body, enforcing submission to patriarchy, sustaining racial, sexual, and economic dominance, eliminating female autonomy. Now, keep in mind, women, regardless to race, prefer to create the males who are doing this. Women prefer to give birth to the males who do this. That's the problem here. The problem here is that women haven't realized that they are the reason this is here, because they are the reason, because they are the ones who are choosing to give birth to these males and have been. Generation after, first of all, males have been oppressing females since the beginning of time. They've been oppressing females since the beginning of time. So if you can make it make sense how women prefer to give birth to the very thing that's been oppressing them since the beginning of time, that right there is the problem. Yeah, they don't want you to have any choice. And you hear these men saying it, and you still got Black women like, no, but I got me a good man. Oh, they just want to save all the babies. They just want to save all the babies because they just love the babies. They molesting them and killing them and starving them though, but they love them. That's what you're looking at. And Black women ain't even moving out of the South. They still in the South. Black women are still living in the South. Still doing it. Still doing it, acting like it ain't a hotbed for like, really. Let me find y'all this other thing really quickly, and then Then we will go live on YouTube. I just want to show y'all one more thing. Hold on, let me see. Because I commented on something. There was a woman. Is this it? Let me see. No, this is the same one where with the heartbeat law with this woman. I had another one. Another mother decided to raise her kid in the hood, and now she's crying because he got killed. That's what I was trying to find. But I think I closed it out. So I'm just going to put us live on YouTube, and we'll just start being live. So hold on. Let me just get us live on YouTube. Because I can't find the story. Let me see if I can find it. It was in the hood too, because I looked it up and asked ChatGPT, was this area in the hood? And it said absolutely it's in the damn hood. But I think I closed it out. Yeah, I think I closed it out. Yeah, I closed it out. Oh, well, it is what it is. If it come up again, if I find it or if somebody comment on my post because I commented on it, then I'll have the link. But let me go into the studio and make this live. Okay. Yeah, but I was on there. Let me see something. If nothing is done, what will the U.S. look like in 2 years? I want y'all to see this. I want y'all to briefly see this. Listen, we'll go over this in detail on Patreon for obvious reasons. But let me just show y'all this. I want to show y'all this. I want y'all to read these headers. And I'm going to go down. I want y'all to read these headers on ChatGPT. I said, if nothing is done, what will the U.S. look like in 2 years? Okay, I want y'all to read this. Bullet point for bullet point. This is one. Full criminalization in red states. Surveillance of women's bodies. Increased legal attacks on BC and IVF. Return of state-enforced gender roles. More children born into poverty, and the state won't help. But look at this. Mass psychological and physical trauma. Mass psychological and physical trauma. Suppression of dissent and activism. What will the U.S. feel like in 2 years? I said, what will it look like? In red states, a Gilead-like theocracy where women lived under reproductive surveillance. In blue states, there'll be refuge zones for bodily autonomy, but overwhelmed by migrants from red states. Polarization will deepen and women's rights will vary as wildly as gun laws based purely on zip code. If nothing changes, Reproductive freedom will become a class privilege. Women will be state-regulated breeders, and American democracy will rot under the weight of religious fascism and gender-based oppression. You need to be looking at this rot word. This isn't fear-mongering. It's already happening. The only thing missing is mass compliance and time. And look, it said, let me know if you want a state-by-state forecast or how this ties into rising authoritarian trends globally. We'll go over that on Patreon. We go over that on Patreon. That's what we go do. We're gonna go over that one on Patreon. Because yeah, and that's why I'm telling y'all, this mass compliance, this foolishness from women, it's go backfire. You can think you got a Jesus, just go fly down and save you. Can somebody explain why that didn't happen during any era of oppression and genocide? Can somebody tell me why Jesus never intervened? Because if your Jesus didn't intervene then, he ain't gonna intervene now. He ain't. It just is what it is. Anyway, so we got stuff to go over. There's been a lot going on. First, we're going to check in with the Diddy trial. So let me play audio. Hold on for a second. Let me play the audio because they're doing the trial now. So I wanted to kind of get into it, but let me redo my speaker. I don't know why my computer want to act dumb right now. Like, why? Why do we got to act dumb now? There we go. Okay, now let me just check, making sure it didn't switch out in StreamYard. Give me 1 second. I want to make sure the audio in StreamYard didn't switch. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to let y'all hear it again. This is updates on the Diddy trial.
Cassie just prepared, as well as her husband. They're two separate statements. I'll read Cassie's first. This week has been extremely challenging, but also remarkably empowering and healing for me. I hope that my testimony has given
Cassie
strength
wrapping up her testimony
and a voice to other survivors and can help others who have suffered to speak up and also heal from abuse and fear. For me, the more I heal, the more I can remember. And the more I can remember, the more I will never forget. I want to thank my family and my advocates for their unwavering support. Let me see if I can show you guys. And I'm grateful for all the kindness and encouragement that I have received. I'm glad to put this chapter of my life to rest. As I turn to focus on the conclusion of my pregnancy, I ask for privacy for me and for my growing family. And then I have a statement from Alex Fine. Over the past 5 days, the world has gotten to witness the strength and bravery of my wife, freeing herself of her past. There has been speculation online surrounding how it must feel for me to sit there and listen to my wife's testimony. I have felt so many things sitting there. I have felt tremendous pride and overwhelming love for Cass. I have felt profound anger that she has been subjected to sitting in front of a person who tried to break her. So to him and all of those who helped him along the way, please know this: you did not. You did not break her spirit nor her smile that lights up every room. You did not break the souls of a mother who gives the best hugs and plays the silliest games with our little girls. You did not break the woman who has made me a better man. I did not save Cassie, as some have said. To say that is an insult to the years of painful work my wife has done to save herself. Cassie saved Cassie. She alone broke free from abuse, coercion, violence, and threats. She did the work of fighting the demons that only a demon himself could have done to her. All I have done is love her
Hear the demon.
as she has loved me. Her life is now surrounded by love, laughter, and our family. This horrific chapter is forever put behind us, and we will not be making additional statements. We appreciate all of the love and support we have received, and we ask that you respect our privacy as we welcome our son into a world that is now safer because of his mom. Thank you, everybody. We really appreciate the media's attention to this case as well. Thank you. I'll answer a few questions if I can. There's probably a lot of questions that I won't be able to answer, so I apologize.
Okay, so Cassie wrapped up her testimony. They were saying that she needs to, because if they didn't wrap up her testimony, they were at risk of a mistrial because of the extent of her pregnancy. Because they're saying if she goes into labor, then there will be a mistrial. So I want to show y'all this, and then I want to talk about some of these things that came out with Cassie and women's criticism in it, specifically Black women. But as you see here, it says they also raise the risk of a mistrial if Cassie is required to return Monday, but instead goes into labor with her third child over the weekend. So they have to do this quickly because this is a pregnant woman. Prosecutor said it seems defense lawyers were intent on forcing Cassie to return to the witness stand on Monday so that Combs could review transcripts over the weekend and help them prepare additional questions for her. They also raised the risk of a mistrial if Cassie is required to return Monday, but instead goes into labor with her third child over the weekend. The defense will have had multiple hours to question Cassie than the government took in its direct examination. A defense lawyer asked questions stemming from civil lawsuits against Combs rather than the criminal case. For example, by asking her if illegal substances were in the baby oil used during their freak-off sex parties. Considerable time was lost making Cassie read lengthy text message chains out loud, even though they contained sexually explicit content or expressions of love. And the reason they were doing that is because the defense has to prove that this was willingly, that Cassie did this voluntarily because she wanted to. But here's the thing, this getting me about a lot of Black women. We just sat up here and we looked at a number of different Black women's relationship dynamics, toxic relationship dynamics on Dear Future Wifey podcast. We've listened to them on tonight's conversation. We've seen them take place displayed on Tasha K. Y'all know I've come on here and I've gone over stories of Black women and how they navigate these relationships. So listen, I'm going to give y'all a statistical fact, okay? Let's talk statistical realities here. A statistical reality here is that Black women are the most likely to face DV, including DV fatalities, but they are the least likely to leave, and they are the least likely to report the man, especially when he's Black, because their main concern is to protect the Black man. This is a statistical fact. We know this. We can pull this up on the domestic violence hotline if I need to make my domestic violence live stream live again so that y'all can see that Black women are the least likely to be getting their head knocked between the washer and dryer. They're the most likely to be abused and the least likely to report it and the least likely to leave. Yet everybody wants to sit up here and ask why Cassie, who was, some people are saying 14 when she met Diddy, some people saying 17. We know that both of them have already admitted it was at 19. This is a man who's 17 years her age. Now, I don't know if y'all can relate, but I can. When I was 21, I was dating a man 37. That is 17 years older than me. So the fact that I find it really interesting, and this is why I'm saying I think it has more to do with Cassie, the aesthetic, the fact that Black women can't relate to it. The fact that Black women are the most likely to be abused and the least likely to report because they're trying to protect the man. The fact that y'all would criticize Cassie is annoying and is disingenuous. It's disingenuous. Black women sit up on here all day, every day, defending abusers like Chris Brown. Because don't make me power up TikTok and show you all of the videos of black women talking about free Chris Brown, free Tory Lanez, free R. Kelly, free Diddy. So your pathology is very much known. You are known as the one group of women who support abusers the most. Again, statistical reality. Argue with the domestic violence hotline. Don't argue with me. This is a statistical fact. Black women are the least likely to leave an abusive relationship. In fact, black women literally advocate for black women staying in abusive relationships to keep a man. Yet they want to ask, why didn't Cassie leave? Why don't you leave the man who knocking your head between the washer and dryer? Why don't you leave him? Why ain't you reporting your baby daddy to the police when he giving you a black eye and a busted lip? Why ain't you leaving him? Why wasn't Danae Jackson leaving Derrick Jackson when he was rotating sex partners and she was staying there competing for the affection of her own husband? When I hear Cassie, I hear a young girl who was dating a damn media mogul and she wanted to do everything she could to get this man to take her seriously. Black women do it all day, every day. Don't act like you don't got videos out there auditioning to be wifeys. Don't act like you don't have celebrity black women talking about threesomes and orgies that they engaging in to please their man. But then when it's Cassie, all of a sudden you don't understand what's going on. Really? You didn't hear that woman on Dear Future Wifey podcast saying she was ironing her husband's clothes so he can go with the side chick? You ain't seen Rashida and Kirk? Have you seen Yandy and Mendices? Have you seen T.I. and Tiny? Have you seen them? Have you seen Tiana Taylor? Have you seen whose sister was that? Keisha Cole's sister, when she advertised that she would open up the bedroom for her husband only for it to blow up in her face. Yeah, she didn't leave either. She didn't leave either. Black women are the most likely to stay in an abusive relationship, but they want to sit here and criticize Cassie as if it's unknown for a woman to try to compete and do things for her man that she don't want to do just to keep him. Like black women ain't out there saying, well, I'm gonna do all this for my husband because I don't want him going and getting it from another woman. Cassie said the same thing. Now black women are, why didn't you leave? Yep, Erica Campbell. Listen, you can name any black woman. Keke Palmer over there sitting up with her abusive baby daddy now, pretending like she ain't. Pretending like she ain't. But now that you have a biracial woman here tied to a black man, all of a sudden is, oh, well, why did she stay? But y'all are on the post defending Chris Brown, though. But y'all are defending Chris Brown. Y'all are defending DDG and saying Halle Bailey is lying when she got pictures. There's a reason why they call the OWN network the Oppressed Women's Network. It's full of black women sitting up with their cheating husbands, abusive husbands, husband bringing side babies in. You having to, Danae Jackson said she was passing Derrick Jackson's lover in the hallways, swapping them out, competing for them, looking at these women's bodily fluids and trying to mimic them so that she could win the affection of her husband. But you don't understand Cassie? But you don't understand Cassie, who was between the age of the 14 and 17 when she met this man who was then well into his 30s. But I got a video for y'all now about a married black woman. Let's show you the relationships black women voluntarily be in, but they want to, and I don't even want to do this. I really don't want to do this. But like I'm not like, no, black women, Cassie is doing what you was doing. You got bandits over here ghosting women that they got babies with because they too cowardly to break up with them. And y'all asking why did Cassie stay? If a damn grown-ass man is too cowardly to break up with his damn baby mama, why you asking about Cassie and Diddy, a media mogul? A media mogul. who seemingly had an endless supply of money, blowing up people's cars, people coming up missing, but y'all like, oh, why did Cassie leave? Then we see a video, Cassie is trying to leave. She getting stumped out in a hallway of a hotel, and you saying, oh, well, she stayed too long. She stayed too long. Like y'all don't be in these raggedy marriages praying to a male God to restore your husband because he too busy laying up in hood rats' beds. But why didn't Cassie leave though? Look at this woman. Look, her husband abandoned her and their 6-month-old child for his pregnant side chick. She doesn't want child support. What should she do now? But why did Cassie stay though? Oh, but Cassie stayed. She was dumb because she stayed.
So I just had a baby 6 months ago. I'm divorcing my husband. I'm a single parent right now. It's way harder than what I thought it was going to be. My soon-to-be ex-husband abandoned me while I was pregnant, got somebody else pregnant, came back, asked for forgiveness because I keep allowing this man to play in my face.
But why did Cassie stay though? Maybe because she half black. That might be why she stayed. She was raised by a black woman. Her mama black. This seems to be what black women do. They stay in abusive relationships. Perhaps that's why Cassie stayed in one, because she deep in the black community. And the same woman that's the most likely to protect her abuser is who raised Cassie, a black woman.
And I wanted to say his name. I was about to.
No.
That thing that people be saying, that sprinkle lady, that stuff is real.
And when you say that, I'm assuming he was providing. He was providing and doing all of the things. No. So then what we talking about for the
I think I never heard that stuff before until I got on TikTok. When I started hearing that, I was like, dang, he don't really do all those things.
Oh, okay.
I was just raised to be a certain way, and I applied that in my relationship without him doing what he needed to do. He came back, lied to me, said all these things, and left me when the baby was 3 months, and went back to the girl, lied to her. His cousin helped him, set some stuff up. He was cheating on me while I was not even a month post. Like, she told me, I told her some of the things I didn't want to hear because, of course, like I told her, everybody knew what was going on but me. I'm the wife. I'm his wife. And then we were going to kind of like set him up, but I'm too old for that. So I was like, he sent me a picture of him laying in the bed with their baby. And I was so disappointed in her because I'm like, dang, I'm his wife and you know it. I always try to see the good in people.
I think it's time to leave. You just said, well, me and her was thinking about.
But why don't Cassie leave though? Why don't any black woman leave when she being used and abused by a black man? She don't know no better. And when she did know better, she tried to do better, and then Diddy tried to stomp her out because she tried to do better. That's why. There are reports on here that says, the one I want to go over specifically, where Cassie was saying that she was jealous of Kim Porter. I don't know why y'all would be surprised by this. Again, this is a girl who was likely trying to compete with the other women that P. Diddy was with, much like Danae Jackson was competing with the women that her husband was cheating on her with. Of course she's gonna be, of course, if Cassie is saying that she in love with Diddy is calling Kim Porter his soulmate. You think a teenage girl who's trying to get this media mogul, you think she ain't gonna be jealous? Why wouldn't she be jealous? Of course she gonna be jealous. It didn't have to be Kim Porter. I'm pretty sure she would have been jealous of Jennifer Lopez too. It would have been any woman. It could have been any woman. I don't think she was targeting Kim Porter by, oh, I'm going to use Kim Porter's race against her. They're the same race. Like, to my knowledge, Kim Porter and Cassie are actually the same race. It sounds like Diddy had a fetish for Cassie. That's what it sounded like to me, that Diddy had a raging fetish for Cassie. Okay, Filipino ain't no race, Latina ain't no race. So I don't. Why do we always in every discussion have to have a pop quiz and an education session on the difference between race, culture, and ethnicity? Why are y'all still saying that somebody is 25% Latino and 25% Filipino? Okay, so those are land masses. So I don't know how you can be 25% of a land mass, but fine. If you think she's 25% of a landmass, mind y'all, they're doing that with Future too. They're saying, oh, Future is mixed with Korean. Well, no, he's not mixed with Korean because you can't be mixed with Korean. How do you be mixed with a landmass? Like how? How do you be mixed with Korean when Korean is not a race? Like it just not. So I don't like. Can y'all not do that? If y'all don't know the difference between race, ethnicity, nationality, and culture, can you just not mention it, please? Please, can you just not mention it? Because this is one of my pet peeves. We too grown for this. We too grown. We too grown to be saying she 25% Latina. Because by now, I'm sure you probably heard it 50 billion times. Latina is not a race. It is a culture. It's a culture. It's also a language. Latin is also a language. So why are you saying she's mixed 25%? So she's 25% a culture and language? I guess her biology is 25% culture and language too. Fine, we'll do that. We'll just do that. And from now on, I'm gonna say I'm half Californian, and y'all go accept it. I'm black and Californian. That's what I am. I'm black and Californian. That's how dumb you sound when you say somebody's mixed 25% Latin. Y'all, I'm 13% Californian. I want y'all to know that. Yeah, Spanish ain't a race either. But from now on, y'all are gonna have to acknowledge that I'm 25% Californian. Y'all gonna have to acknowledge that. And I won't stand for y'all not acknowledging that I'm 25% Californian and 75% Washingtonian. That's my racial makeup. That's how y'all need to racially classify me. 75% Washingtonian and 25% Californian. That's my racial makeup. And I'm going to do that every time y'all be annoying and say somebody is Latino. So they're also saying that Cassie told Diddy that she's always ready for a freak off. I mean, again, this is a girl who's trying to please a celebrity male who's rotating women in and out the bedroom, and she competing just like black women compete for black men by allowing them to have. We was literally just looking at a video where a black woman said that she called her man cheating, so she told the woman to move in. You 25% Chicagoan? Exactly. You 25% Chicagoan. I'm about to. I think what was I? Was I like 10% Southern? I guess I'm 10% Southern since I went and spent some time living in the South. I'm 10% Southern too. I am. I'm 10% Southern. But it's like this whole situation with Cassie is annoying because you would think that black women would understand why Cassie stayed in an abusive relationship, because many of them stay in abusive relationships. Many of them defend abusive celebrities. Now we gonna have to do it. We have to. Because not only will the only time black women won't support an abuser is if they don't like the man himself. We gonna do this hashtag free Chris Brown, and you about to see a whole bunch of black women advocating for a damn abuser. Advocating for an abuser. Whole bunch of them. Look, we just go get in here because we gonna listen to this. Oh, free Chris Brown. Y'all need to free Chris Brown. Y'all like abusers.
Stop scrolling. If you Team Breezy, if you not, today is the day you need to keep scrolling. Because I will hate to give it to you. Team Breezy, stop scrolling. We is not finna let this ruin our concert vibe. We have been on here supporting.
She's supporting an abuser because she want to go to a damn concert. But Cassie should have left though. Why don't you leave Chris Brown? Why you still supporting Chris Brown? He got a track record of violence against women. He don't even like black women. Why don't y'all let Chris Brown go? Oh yeah, you can't let Chris Brown go. Why don't y'all let Tory Lanez stay in jail? Why don't y'all just let Tory Lanez stay in jail instead of running around saying free Tory? Oh yeah, because you like abusers. Because you won't even separate yourself from supporting an abuser. But why did Cassie stay though?
One another, coming together for one another, and enjoying the Chris Brown concert content. And that's what we're going to continue to do until Chris Brown's team come out and let us know what's going on. But for now, continue the party. Continue posting your content. Continue listening to your Chris Brown music.
Just dumb. Just dumb. Chris Brown got a track record of violence against women, and black women are the only ones that I see talking about free Chris Brown. I don't see one. I'm trying to find a white woman. Okay, there's one. No, she biracial. Oh, I thought she was white, but no, she biracial. Let me see if I see any white women screaming free Chris Brown. Oh, there's one. No, she mixed too. Yeah, these are the exoticos. The only women who should be screaming for free Chris Brown. Look. The women who are screaming free Chris Brown, these are the only women who should be screaming it. The racially ambiguous ones. I understand why she's saying free Chris Brown. She Chris Brown's preference. Quiet at this camp, she kind of mixed too. I think we can see that. But these are the only women who should be saying
Chris
it.
Brown, he could do whatever. I'm still going to support my man. Free Chris Brown. His tour is coming up. Did they do this on purpose?
Now, she's Chris Brown's preference. She's Chris Brown's preference. So I can see why she would be screaming free Chris Brown. Black women, no. Like she could be Chris Brown's new baby mama tomorrow because this is the type of woman he like. Yep, she's the near white. She's the woman of limited color. She's the near white Latina preference for Chris Brown. She should be saying free Chris Brown because she will be backstage at Chris Brown's concert. She will be getting money from Chris Brown. She will be Chris Brown's baby mama before a black woman would. Yet it's black women screaming, free Chris Brown, we still go support him. You go support a man who will only allow you to support him financially, really? Really?
And this is how I know y'all just be mad at celebrities to be mad at celebrities. Because look, I think Chris Brown showed a lot of motherfucking character development, right?
No, Chris Brown did. But look, when you come on here, let me show y'all. It's overwhelmingly black women talking about free Chris Brown. Overwhelmingly. Black women in comment section talking about free Tory. He ain't do nothing. Look, most of them black women. This is the straight up hood rap right here. Black women, free Chris Brown. Chris Brown don't like me like that, but free Chris Brown. I think she might be, I don't know.
Someone from Chris Brown's team needs to tap in right now.
She will be Chris Brown's baby mama too.
Are they gonna let him out? Is he coming back to the US? We got tours.
But really she could be biracial too, really. Yeah.
Ooh, Chris. And someone from Chris Brown's team needs to tap in right now. Because what about the tour?
Yeah, but she Chris Brown's preference, though. The only people you should see saying free Chris Brown is white women and racially ambiguous women. These are who Chris Brown prefers. Chris Brown always getting into an issue that involves a damn black woman. Exactly. Brandy Grand, she his type. That's the point. The point is that she ain't black. The point is that Chris Brown would turn her into his baby mama, throw money at her, let her backstage, literally support her before he ever supported a black woman that looked like this. You think Chris Brown checking for black women that look like her? You think Chris Brown wouldn't fight and cuss out a black woman that looked like her in a heartbeat? You think Chris Brown like women like her? When have you ever seen Chris Brown with a woman that looked like her? When?
I don't know what the fuck y'all got going on, but I'm gonna need Christopher Maurice Brown free before my motherfucking concert day.
When?
I don't know what the fuck y'all got going on, but I'm gonna need Christopher Maurice Brown free before my motherfucking tour day. I don't even give a fuck what he.
Just the hood rat, bonnet and all. She gave you the whole hood rat package. Bonnet, snuffleupagus eyebrows, and whatever this is on her face, cussing, belligerent, and dumb. This is the hood rat starter pack. Yeah, she part of the goof troop. Just a clown. She's on her Ronald McDonald too. She definitely on her Ronald McDonald. Mind you, Chris Brown wouldn't piss on fire to put her out. Oh, did I take it off? I didn't show y'all. Okay, let me show y'all. I thought I was sharing the screen. You think Chris Brown would ever look at a black woman like her? Look at her.
What he did back in 2023. It's 2025 and shit is on and popping. My ticket is bought. Put that shit towards the bail money. We ain't fucking playing. Do not piss us off this year for real. Like
Chris
like,
Brown
give
wouldn't even
a break. Give him a fucking break. And let's
Chris Brown wouldn't be with a woman like her in a graveyard. Chris Brown wouldn't even want his plot to be next to a woman like this at all.
Let's be real. Let's really talk about some shit. Is it because he said free Tory? Y'all wanted to make a motherfucking example out of him or something? Either way,
just a hood rat. 100% a hood rat. That's what you're dealing with. That's what you're dealing with.
For the bullshit this year. We're really not for the bullshit this year. Like
look at the next hood rat.
I'm so tired of hiding.
Look, the next hood rat. Don't care nothing about how she presented herself. Don't care about how she looked to the public. Don't care that Chris Brown had the track record of being violent toward women and discriminating against black women. Who cares though, right?
The fact that I love Chris Brown. Look, free him. I don't care. Free him. We all got our problematic faves, so people that we shouldn't be liking, that we like.
She calling it, oh, we all just got our problematic phase. Chris Brown spent his whole entire life being violent and problematic. She's calling it a phase. She calling it a phase.
Free Chris Brown, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm so tired of hiding the fact that I love Chris Brown. Look, free him. I don't care. Free him. We all got our problematic faves, so people that we shouldn't be liking, that we like. Free Chris Brown, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm so tired of hiding the fact.
No, Chris Brown would even skip past over me. First of all, I wouldn't be nowhere near the option for Chris Brown. I just wouldn't. So we just go get that straight. Chris Brown wouldn't even have an option. He wouldn't. Damn the money. Chris Brown looked like a crackhead and he acts like one. And I know what a crackhead acts like because I grew up with one. Chris Brown has crackhead tendencies and I don't like crackheads. So no, Chris Brown wouldn't have it. There would be no scenario when I would be an option for Chris Brown. No scenario. This is a crackhead, a destructive crackhead. He ain't even nice. And he doesn't even pretend to be nice. He don't try to be nice. He ain't gonna make nobody think he nice or respectful. He's crackheadish. And I don't like crackheads. I don't.
Team Breezy, front and center. We got a flight to catch. We got to go free our man. There's no way they don't want to release him until the day that his tour starts. Like, are y'all really trying to cancel Breezy Bowl? What the fuck? So y'all deny him bail? Do y'all know how hard Team Breezy? Let's go break him out. And then on our way back, we'll go free Tory. What the fuck? Like, the amount of messages.
I want y'all to understand the reckoning is coming for these type women too. And it's interesting how when we pause this screen, look at how her face looked now that we paused it. Look at her face on the pause screen. Her face is literally lopsided. I want y'all to understand that the reckoning is coming to these women too. Don't just think it's going to be these degenerate males, but their degenerate female supporters ain't getting nothing coming to them. No, they getting something coming to them too.
People who don't like him were messaging me like, yo, you see what happened? Of course. And when Shop, Chris Brown official, dropped the free Breezy shirts, ordered it. I'm going to ride for mine. Ordered it. What the fuck? It's like,
just dumb.
And now I just assume that y'all ain't got nothing better else to motherfucking do. Because locking up Michael Jackson Jr. for something in 2023.
Do not insult Michael Jackson like that. No.
Because it's no coincidence that Chris Brown sang Free Tory and now it's him.
But why did Cassie stay though? But I'm gonna send my stupid ass up here and advocate for somebody who's literally been violent seemingly since he was born.
All I know is that man better be out by August. Things to do, places to be, and people to see, okay? And I'm pretty sure that bottom motherfucking attack got something to do with somebody else and y'all just added him into it. And now I just assume that y'all ain't got nothing better else to motherfucking do. Because locking up Michael Jackson Jr. for something in 20...
Do we need to go? Do we need to continue? Look.
You be doing that back in the first place. Breathing on your hurt me.
This is pathetic. We all know black men are going to look, me going to the UK, and this ain't no black woman, but still, me going to the UK so I can get my dumb ass locked up, attempting to get Chris Brown. Chris Brown is gonna stay where he's at. The UK don't care about y'all's opinion. They don't. The UK cares nothing about your opinion. Nothing. And Chris Brown is always violent, so why don't he be violent to the people who got his dumb ass locked up? Why don't he do that? That's the thing. Black men always got time to be violent until they dealing with another man. Yeah, they'll toe tag a black man because they feel like he as low on the totem pole as he is. But like, why y'all ain't got none of this aggression towards the man putting your dumb ass in the cage? Chris Brown is now, I bet you he ain't being violent now that he's sitting up in that UK prison. I guarantee you Chris Brown ain't out there wilding out with them British men in those prisons. I guarantee you ain't. I guarantee you Chris Brown on his best behavior. At least he get 14 stab wounds like they claim in Tory Lanez did. We'll get to that later. All of a sudden, I bet you Chris Brown real bussy right now. I bet you he real bussy. UK orders Chris Brown held in custody. Grammy Award-winning singer Chris Brown was denied bail in order to be held in custody Friday after appearing in a British courtroom to face allegations he beat a music producer with a bottle in London nightclub in 2023. Listen, London said, y'all can let this dust ball, this product of plantation breeding, run amok in your country, wreaking havoc, but they said, no, we gonna lock his stupid ass up. He don't get to do that over here. And look, you can play if you want to. The UK don't have the anti-discrimination laws that we got here. They don't. Chris Brown gets zero privilege in the UK. I want Chris Brown to take that same violent, take all your violent behavior and direct it towards the British man that locked your stupid ass up. You had it coming. I love this for Chris Brown. Maybe then he'll think different about being violent. You don't get to run around being violent with everybody else. Chris Brown has been charged with 1 count of grievous bodily harm in response to him allegedly smashing a tequila bottle over a music producer's head in 2023. If he did this, then he right where he belonged. Chris Brown reportedly arrested in the UK for allegedly smashing a producer in the head with a bottle of Don Julio. But here go black women. Oh, free Chris Brown, because we want to listen to his music. Then dumb bitch, put a CD in your radio and listen at the house. But you gonna sit here and say, let a notorious violent man out because you want some entertainment? If you don't go in the house and listen to an MP3 player or your phone with some headphones on and pretend that you in a concert hall, just dumb. Let's talk about Milagre Graham. And I want all of Milagre Graham's dusty friends to come up in this chat box because y'all said this case was going to get dismissed. And the only thing that's happening with dumbass Milagre Graham is she's suffering the consequences of being a rabid black male worshiper. I love this for Milagre Graham because I watched that documentary and I knew what she was saying was personal. She was caping for Tory because she don't like Megan. And I want y'all to see something because we talked about yesterday on Patreon, we talked about Tory's degenerate team fabricating things, and now we know why. We gonna know why they fabricating evidence. Milagre Graham's local attorney reportedly withdraws from Megan Thee Stallion lawsuit citing irreconcilable differences, meaning he know her dumb ass is guilty. They know she guilty and they don't want no parts of it. It's a no-win. They saying it's a no-win. You go pay this woman this money. This is the price for being a black male worshiper. I love this for her. Milagre Graham's legal team is shifting again. According to court documents filed this week, her Florida-based local counsel has withdrawn from the defamation case brought by Megan Thee Stallion, citing irreconcilable differences with Milagre and lead counsel Unite the People. The same bandits who running around saying they got evidence to free Tory is the same ones defending her. Why? Because they want to kill two birds with one stone. Why? Because the only way they gonna win this is if they free Tory. The only way Milagre Graham is getting this is if those charges get reversed. That's the only way. The only way she getting out of this is if those charges ain't reversed or reversed. And that's why Unite the People is representing her, and they also running around talking about, oh, Tory Lanez, oh, well, Tory, we got evidence for Tory Lanez. No, you don't. You didn't even follow with the court. Look, pursuant to Southern District of Florida local rule and rule of the rules regulating the Florida bar, Michael A. Pansier, Esquire, files his motion to withdraw as local counsel of records for defendant Milagre Elizabeth Cooper. Undersigned counsel was retained as local counsel by the defendant in the above reference matter. Michael Hayden, Esquire, and Unite the People are lead counsels for defendant. Due to irreconcilable differences which have arisen between the undersigned counsel and defendant, along with Unite the People, undersigned counsel seeks to withdraw from representation of defendant as local counsel in this matter. When your attorney withdraw, just know that it's likely you ain't winning this case. And then Unite the People done went and did that press conference talking about they got this evidence to free Tory, but they ain't filed it with the court. It's like, ma'am, the call is coming from the House. The only people who are trying to stop this evidence from coming out is these attorneys, is Unite the People, because they ain't got no case. They don't got a case. They're not going to win. They're not going to win. The only way Milagre is getting out of this is if Megan dropped the lawsuit, which she ain't, or they prove that Tory is innocent. That's the only way Milagre getting out of this. Hold on, I got a call coming. I have to take it. Give me 1 second. Just give me 1 second. Sorry, y'all. I'll tell y'all what that was about when we go to Patreon. Y'all, it's something I already told y'all, but anyway, we're gonna get back to this. But yeah, the only way that Milagro is getting off the hook is if Megan withdraws the lawsuit, or Unite the People actually get some evidence to prove Tory is innocent. Because what Milagro said is that there's evidence that Megan Thee Stallion lied on Tory when a court has already convicted Tory. A court has already determined that Tory did what Megan said he did. So really, anybody who's on a public platform saying she lied, all of y'all are engaging in defamation of character. The court says she didn't lie. The court said that Megan was telling the truth. The court has already convicted Tory. So the only way Milagro is getting out of this is if that conviction is reversed. Because then if the conviction is reversed, then yeah, you can say Megan lied because the conviction got vacated. If the conviction stands, your dumb ass is paying the money. You lied. You're a black male worshiper. You was out here trying to pop off for Tory, and now Megan told your dumb ass that whoever lying on her, you getting sued. You thought that meat was greasy. Now you being shown. I love this from Milagro because her energy all through that document said, hating ass bitch. Black male worshiper running around with a big old cape on for a dust bandit. I guarantee you, do you think Tory paying her legal fees? Tory better not be paying her legal fees or she gonna be proving Megan right. Do you think Tory paying her legal fees? No. Tory Lanez walked right past her dumb ass. Act like he didn't even see her. She outside, she's literally outside the courthouse like Ronald McDonald stand outside of McDonald's, sitting there defending Tory. Tory walked right by her stupid ass. Didn't even see her. He didn't even see her. Ain't paying her bills. Now your dumb ass swimming in debt because you got to pay a defamation lawsuit over a bandit that you don't even know. I wish the hell I would be paying any amount of money. I wouldn't want to pay any amount of money because I'm over here defending a damn bandit that I don't even know. This ain't your family member, but now you got a lawsuit because you want to sit up here and advocate for somebody who, another man, yet again, who had the track record and history of being violent. Listen, Milagro, in this economy, you can't afford no defamation lawsuit. You cannot, even in Florida. I told you, yeah, Timmy, the pygmies are going to get their reckoning too. Milagro getting hers. Brooklyn said all the women who defend degeneracy will also experience that karmic debt that these bandits about to see. Yeah, they will. They are. They sure are. So you can act like you in a dignified position because you over here like defending the product of a plantation breeding farm. Sure, you can do that as much as you want to, but you go take the L too. So Milagro, when you write that check to Megan, I want you to put courtesy of defending Tory Lanez on there. Because this is your black male worshiping tax because you wanted to sit here and get in a public documentary that was on a TV show, on a TV network. So your dumb ass was spreading lies, not just on the internet, but all the way over there onto Hulu. There ain't a bandit on this planet. There ain't a single product of plantation breeding that I'm going to take a monetary L for. Absolutely not. Absolutely. I would feel like I had a scarlet letter written on me if I'm running around defending a dumbass violent black man and now I'm slapped with a lawsuit because I'm too damn dumb to get some self-esteem and stop sitting over here advocating for a violent bandit. Just dumb. This is her black male worshiping tax. Dumb. Like this person said, y'all go learn to leave Megan alone. I'm glad. Look, now she wants y'all to help her with her defense. You're going to need more than $100,000, boo-boo. I'm just going to let you know that now. You ain't going to get donated the amount of money you need to defend this. You're not. You're not. Brooklyn said, I am not a part of the groove troop. Sorrow, praise. For real. No, like this is bad for Milagro. This is bad for her. Y'all see where the economy is going? Y'all see where the economy is at? Milagro can't afford this. You can't afford to be worshiping these dumbass bandits. Milagro invested in a bandit and she lost. Zero return on her investment, but she is in the deficit now. She is in the deficit. All of this, another sacrificial lamb for the product of plantation breeding. That's what she is. She's the sacrificial lamb for one of the products of plantation breeding. She gonna say Millie was silenced because she has been advocating for Tory's innocence since the injustice began. People need to wake up. There is a pattern. Yeah, it's called the spirits are saying keep your mouth off Megan. You can't tell that she protected. How is it that y'all can't tell that Megan is protected by something? You can't tell she protecting. You can't tell she got some spiritual protection. If every single time somebody do something to Megan, they end up in a bind, I just wouldn't put my mouth on her. I wouldn't put my mouth on her. Not in a negative way, I wouldn't. I wouldn't put my mouth on Megan. I wouldn't. It's very clear that some spiritual source got her back. Very clear. I wouldn't be putting my mouth on Megan. I just wouldn't. I like Megan anyway. I wouldn't be putting my mouth on Megan in a negative way anyway, because I actually like Megan or who she seems to be. So I wouldn't be saying nothing negative about her anyway, unless there was something true negative to be spoken about. But like all of this hatred towards Megan because Tory shot at her. So y'all don't like Megan because Tory shot at her and she said something. But y'all over there dragging Cassie saying, oh, why didn't Cassie say anything? Megan did, and you dragging her too. So do you want the black woman to speak up or not? Like, do you want her to speak up or not? I just want to know. Should black women speak up or should they be quiet? Because either way, you attack them. You attacking Cassie because she stayed too long and she took too long to report Diddy. And you attacking Megan because she reported Tory. So what do you want? Like, what do you want? Sitting here talking about Megan and RN are harassing and trying to take down those who speak the truth. Free Tory. Yeah, your day is coming. Her day is coming. Talking about Millie got a lot of support. Not if the only thing she made is the 100K. 100K ain't gonna even pay the interest on her legal fees, probably. You're not suing a regular civilian. You're suing a person who got Jay-Z behind her. So if y'all sitting here running around saying, oh, Jay-Z ain't to be messed with. Jay-Z ain't to be messed with. Okay, Jay-Z is behind Megan. So why are you playing? Y'all didn't know Megan was on Jay-Z's team? Why y'all keep playing with Jay-Z then? Why do y'all keep playing with Jay-Z? Y'all feel like Jay-Z is the one who set Tory up, but you coming for Megan? Not smart. Just not smart. Because if I think Rock Nation is powerful enough to put Tory in jail for something he didn't do, I'm probably going to keep my mouth off of Megan. I'm probably going to keep my mouth off of her. I'm probably going to keep my mouth off of her. Like, this is stupid. Milagro could have avoided this. Look, why she can't get Tory to pay for it since she was so hyped to defend him. Exactly. Get him to pay it. They said, wait, but I thought y'all said he was already paying her to slander. Yeah, and they got the proof that Tory was paying her to slander Megan. They got the proof. But now when it comes to defending this lawsuit, no Tory Lanez ain't paying for it, or he's paying for it through Unite the People. Tory probably is paying for it through Unite the People. Yeah, just saying he ain't paying the legal fees. He just got Unite the People to do this with her, to defend her. Sounds like she personally knew Milagro. I don't know Milagro personally. Yeah, someone smiled. They don't have any proof. They're running around talking about hearsay, and that's why they didn't file in the court. They didn't. We got to move on to Smokey Robinson because I have to get off of here in 15 minutes. I got to take the cats to the vet. So, but y'all, listen. This reckoning said, I don't even care if you old as hell and nearly on your deathbed. Your number's still getting called. You got some life in you. It don't matter if you 85 years old, you spent your life being degenerate, your number is called. Smokey Robinson, who is 85, is under criminal investigation after 4 ex-housekeepers accused him of rape and abuse. And I guarantee you ain't none of them black. Raise your hand if you think they black. Look, somebody already in here is saying Smokey is not guilty. Yeah, okay. Well, you go put up some money for his defense fund then. The 85-year-old Motown legend is currently under criminal investigation by the Los Angeles County Sheriff Department following serious allegations from 4 former housekeepers. The women, identified as Jane Doe 1 through 4, filed a $50 million lawsuit on May 6, accusing Robinson of repeated sexual assault, rape, and creating a hostile work environment between 2007 and 2024. Hispanic is not a race. Are they black or white? Are they black Hispanic or are they white Hispanic? Because one thing I know is Hispanic ain't no race. I do know that. You're going to get blocked, Purple Kisses 81. You either have some evidence that Smokey Robinson is innocent or shut your ass up. Those will be your options. Because if you don't got no evidence then that Smokey Robinson is innocent, then why are you talking? Talking about use some common sense. Yeah, common sense is not admissible in court. So come with some evidence, or like I said, shut your ass up and go jump in the comment section and hashtag free Smokey Robinson. That's what you could do. You can either do that or get your ass on. Sitting up here, let's use some common sense. Common sense didn't tell your dumb ass that you need to have some evidence? That common sense don't work in response to criminal allegations? So you didn't know that? You didn't know that common sense ain't no defense for some sexual assault allegations? You didn't know that? Because I think common sense should have told you that common sense ain't no defense for these allegations. So unless you are a witness to what Smokey Robinson was doing 24/7 from 2007 to 2024, then shut your ass up. You don't know what you're talking about. You just don't. And I'm tired of y'all coming in here speaking to the innocence or guilt of people that you don't know. You don't know these people. You don't know DDG. You don't know Halle Bailey. You don't know Smokey Robinson. You don't know Milagro. You don't know Megan. Y'all don't know these people. But you always up here speaking for them as if you know them. No, you do not. You don't know these people. So what are you saying? Oh, let's use common sense. And then you want to be rude and arrogant about it when you're the one who wrong. Don't make no sense. You wrong not using common sense, but telling other people too, okay, Donald Trump. Because that's maybe you under Donald Trump's fake account over here talking about common sense on something that ain't common sense. Anyway, let's get into DDG, because where there is a degenerate product of plantation breeding, there is a black woman somewhere, usually a family member, defending his behavior or appearing to. So DDG's sister, she was under fire because I'm going to show y'all what she did. I'm about to show y'all what DDG's sister did. being passive aggressive, and it just didn't work for her. It didn't work for her because she over here being fake and passive aggressive. I don't understand it. If y'all have something to say about somebody, I don't know why you wouldn't just say it directly. I don't know why you wouldn't just say it directly, but there's people over here. It's like, look, girl, if you think Halle Bailey is lying, even though she presented proof, then just say you think she lying. Like, I don't know why people got to be so fake. If I think somebody did it, I'm saying they did it. Then you did it. You did it then. Because if I don't care who's my brother. If I see some bruises on a woman that you was with, then you put hands on her. Period. I'm not defending you just because you're my brother. It will never happen. So you think that because you my brother, you get to go knock somebody's head between the washer and dryer and I'm just lying for you? No. Look at this, y'all. This is DDG's sister.
I've already seen the TMZ post, and I'm not going to speak on it. So, yeah.
Bye, Claire.
They say, as usual, here we have a family that refuses to hold a man accountable. Sad. Exactly. Then she comes on here. Hold on, y'all. I'm going to have to close this window. And she puts this, the devil is working, but God is working harder. Yeah, it seems like God is working harder, but God would obviously be on Halle Bailey's side. God is working harder for Halle Bailey. That's why DDG sent his dumb ass up there, not able to use his son as a cash cow or mention this woman's name. Hang on, y'all. I gotta go do this, close this real quick. Because, well, actually, I'll just leave it here. Actually. Yeah, I thought it messed up my lighting, but it didn't. So I'll just let it stay open because it didn't really mess up my lighting. So it is what it is. We'll just continue. Yeah, but so she puts out this thing here, which is like, girl, I thought you said that you weren't going to talk about it. You said you weren't going to talk about it. You either go talk about it or you are going to talk about it. And if you in here doing this, no, Themis shouldn't be live. I'm getting off in 10 minutes. Oh, I guess he is. Oh, well, it's fine. I'm getting off. Oh, yeah, he started at 12. Yeah. I'm about to get off in a little bit anyway because I have to, like I said, I got to go take these cats to the bed. This is what I was going to show y'all. So can we do a quick sidebar? Mother cries after her son days away from grad. Are black women go keep raising kids in the hood and then complaining when the hood swallow them? Are y'all gonna keep doing that, or are y'all gonna just stop raising your kids in the hood? And yes, I know if this place is the hood because I asked ChatGTP. Obviously, this is the hood. Clearly, this is the hood. Look, they killed my baby for no reason. My baby just went to the prom. Ma'am, you live in the hood. Ma'am, this happens every day in the hood, ma'am. I'm not trying to be callous, but why do y'all keep raising kids in the hood and then complaining that things that happen in the hood on the daily basis is taking your kids? I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Again, I'm not saying this mother is to blame. I'm not saying I'm not sympathetic to her, but ma'am, you moved to the hood. Like, come on now. And then look, she says, my brother was a student ready to graduate and was not in the streets. But when you do have nice things and money, so if you had nice things and money, why didn't you just move out the hood? If you had money, or were you flexing? So it kind of sounds like either you were flexing and you didn't have money, but you were trying to give the appearance that you had money in the hood, or you had money and you still just set up in the hood so you could flex on everybody who don't, and then they done toe tag this boy. Exactly, level up goddess. You said they won't stop having kids in these areas, but they want to cry. Like, what do you expect to happen in the hood? What do you expect to happen in the hood? Like, what do you expect to happen? So you think that you're gonna raise your kid in a war zone, but they ain't gonna get caught up in a war? Just dumb. Oh my God. Like I don't understand black women and their mindset. But anyway, let's get back to this thing that I was going over, because I ain't doing this with y'all. Listen, have your kids in the hood if you want to. But I just hope you ain't gonna be sitting up here complaining. Ain't no way I'm gonna move to the hood and then complain that my kid gets swallowed up by the hood. Oh, I'm confused as to why this happened in the hood. You're in the hood. Why do you think it happened? Yeah, this is what happens in the hood. So look, because she decided to pop off at the mouth, people decided to let her know that you're just simply being passive aggressive, and we know it. The bottom line is you do want to say something about the situation. You just want to do it passive aggressively. So it looks like she went on here and unfollowed old girl. Well, they ain't showing it on this one, but she also went and unfollowed her. So it's quite clear where her side is. On the side of her abusive look. Ma'am, you know Halle Bailey is the public figure, ma'am. You know that she's more popular than you and DDG, ma'am. So you had to know that if it's in reference to the Little Mermaid, they go check your account, ma'am, and then people go drag you accordingly. So now her brother is here, and he wants to come backtrack or do whatever. I don't know what he want to do, but he responding to the backlash.
Do with nothing. So please stop sending her hateful messages, bro, because TT is she is the most genuine soul I have ever come across. She doesn't do anything wrong to nobody. She's not into drama. She's not out doing hood rat shit. TT is a lovely woman. All right. So please stop sending her hate. Because she's been stressed the fuck out. All these comments she's been reading about everybody, oh, fuck you, whatever the case may be, bro. And she's getting stressed out, all right? And she's an emotional girl. She's a sensitive woman. And she probably won't come on here and tell y'all herself, but she's stressed out, bro. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of people are stressed out about a lot of things, bro. The devil is working overtime against this family. You know
that's her boyfriend. Okay.
If I'm being exact. Do with nothing. Nigga can't let out a giggle. First of all, in that clip that went viral of TT saying that she's not going to address the situation, that was her 17th time saying that shit that stream, right? She let out a giggle. First of all, TT was high. It was an awkward moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand how people can take a giggle and run with that shit, bro. Like, y'all niggas switch up so fast. Like, TT is literally the most genuine soul.
I've already seen.
She ain't the most genuine soul. She was sitting over here defending her brother's degeneracy. And listen, I get why she's doing it. I do. I understand completely why she defended her brother. Fine. But I just wouldn't be defending my brother. I'm not going to defend my brother. Hey, Love Jones. Oh, hey, pretty Love Jones. I have been over there watching too, just silently, albeit, but you know, I'm always gonna support you. And good job on handling yourself with that rabbit racist. Definitely good job on that. Because yeah, you did exactly what needed to be done. Cuss his stupid ass out. So kudos to you for doing that, Love Jones, because he deserved it. He deserved it 100%. But yeah, no, here's my thing. I'm not going to defend my brother if he's wrong. I'm just not. I'm not defending my brother if he's wrong. It just is what it is. E. Kane decided she would come on here and talk about this too. A lot of people are talking about it. It's split. I'm going to see what she's saying, and then I'm going to get off because I got to go to this appointment.
That's my brother, and I don't know. I seen that's crazy because I seen the clip when he was with Adam when he first ate it, when he first did the thing, and that shit is crazy. I really had nothing to say. We don't know the whole story, but obviously, Halle did. She felt like she needed to, so that's what it is. They be too nosy at TMZ. And then Halle got to read these comments, and DDG got to read these comments, and that's what come with the lifestyle of celebrity or full celebrity, whatever you want to call them. But internet gonna break up in two sides. It's always two sides to the story. But you're gonna have people that fuck with DDG, and they gonna say, "Oh, I never knew DDG to be like that." Boom, 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 and that's their experience. So it's their right to say that. And you got people that's on Halle's sideline. Oh, and if they say they don't know DDG, oh, it's Halle's fault. She abusive. She doing that here. And then you got people on Halle's side. DDG is a piece of shit, and this and that. And then it's just like none of our opinions really matter. Like she got this thing over her.
Hold on, who is she a colorist to? I hope she ain't a colorist to dark skinned people. Is she? That would just be self-hatred. That we wouldn't call her a colorist in that situation. We'd just call her a self-hater. Like, girl, you not that far off. Like you. Oh, so she's just a self-hater then. Yeah, then she's just a self-hater. Cause it's like, well, who are you? Who are you? You colorist to? Girl, that's your group. Like, girl, like if you don't stop, you not that far off. Like you not that far off. Girl.
I get the finish.
Like you not that far off. So I don't. Anyway, let me. She said dark skinned black women won't be as successful as she is. She's not light skinned. Is she light skinned? Let me look at other pictures. Let me look at other. Because I know skin tone fluctuates with lighting. So let me see her. Let me see what she looks like. Because I'm not. It's like girl, I'm not. Yeah. Oh no. I'm not seeing. I'm not seeing light skin as much as I'm seeing brown skin. Like I'm not seeing light skin as much as I'm seeing a brown skin woman. I'm definitely not really. I guess she the same as light skin Keisha, where she really ain't light skin, but she's saying she light skin. I don't see light skin. I guess fine. If she want to call herself fine, I don't see light skin. I see brown skin, but some people are delusional. Like a lot of people are delusional. Light skin Keisha is doing the same thing, so just let them. We just gonna let delusional people be delusional. Yeah, no, I'm looking at her and I'm not seeing a light-skinned woman. I'm seeing a woman who could appear light-skinned under the right lighting, but I'm not seeing a light-skinned woman. But maybe you do. Maybe you see one. That's fine. I'm seeing a woman who, under the right lighting, she will look light-skinned, but she's really brown-skinned. Right. She's brown. 5 minutes in the sun should be dark. Thank you. Now we gonna end on that note because I don't see light skin. I see brown skin. And I understand how lighting works because I'm sitting in front of 2 ring lights. So I get like, I'm not seeing, I don't see light skin, but I do know black people suffer from self-hatred and black women aren't exempt. I do know that. I do know black women are not exempt from self-hatred. And I know that black women's self-hatred just tends to manifest differently than black men's do. But black women do have some self-hatred. But DDG, I'm pushing it here. 2 minutes because I just want y'all to see this. His response. I'm not going to go over the whole one, but I got to, yeah, because Sasha about to be a problem. Sasha ain't about to just let me get her and put her. Y'all, we'll get back to this. Let me go fight with Sasha to get her in this little container so I can take her to the vet because that's going to be the problem. All right, so I'll see y'all in the next video. For all of y'all who haven't already done so, the address to my Patreon is scrolling across the screen. If you want the content, you can go to the address on the screen. There's different tiers for affordable for everybody. You can also purchase a la carte videos and live streams. If you just want to watch a certain live stream or a video, you can go on there and do that too. But I gotta go because Sasha about to fight me. She ain't about to give. Sasha ain't gonna make it easy for me to take her to this appointment. So I'm gonna get off of here. I'm about to go fight with Sasha, and I'll be back because yeah, she. Let me put a jacket on in case she try to scratch me, because Sasha ain't about to make this easy. So I gotta go take her. Bye.